Man from Mbokoro. Mbokoro wafana watya.
Wali hao wagenda ko mchalo? Kati labe chalo cho. -10.
Ha.
Newe ya happy.
You're not complaining.
To be na.
Ani mnena vake apart from you.
Andizeka.
Bo mnene wa Mbokoro.
Oba yo mulala jabu ayogere.
Na ya flag yo jiwani se.
Nino jiwanika. Sinena chakola.
Nenga jiwazali wa daladala.
Nazali wano Kampala. Ne mama java. Kati Mbokoro. Abantu baloza I just made it up. Mbokoro kifo kya ddala. Naye kiri mu Kongo. Mama wange mu Kongo. Tata yo muna Uganda mukakwa. Kati yalaba bikazi bano nga bemukula nnyo n'abuuka boda. Nafuna ekikazi kye.
Nga kyeru.
Kyeru bwe kiti kirungi. Fena gye twava.
Mama yani amanyi.
Bamuyita Joyce Ate. Dawa. Dawa linnya lya muzeeyi.
Ate daddy Adawa.
Lawrence Dawa.
Temuli wona musayi gwa Idi Amin dada.
Why?
Toyina muwadde kubanga serious.
Naye no temuli.
Wadde. Ne wa checking mabegeri yo.
Back in the day fete twetaga DNA. Ngotuli mama tuli tata ngogamba kiria. Ne agenda tuli Idi Amin tuli amana. Ate ngiri Idi Amin No, but you know. Just looks. Aziba tuli banji nabave abafana Idi Amin. Tuba banji. Nenga tutulina relation
what's abakwa bafana Idi Amin.
Abasiga abasajja banene bafana na Amin. Omusajja yali inspiration. Wade bamwogerako bubi. Eri tumutenda tumusinza.
Kicha musingo mwagalo musinzaako.
Yali muntu wa kigambo ki. Bagamba you are going to die. Bambi.
You
are going to die.
Byakasembayo.
Bagamba I'm going to build this road. Abagenda kizimba. So he was a man of his word. Ngata beating around the bush.
Baganye nokola gundi yali agala.
Ate aliyetagira ki sajja yafadda bamuleka umule.
And for you people abamu
afa tetuswa mwerabira kubanga enyimba za Tupac zimwogerako filimu ze bweru zona inspiration Idi Amin
twala mpola Tupac amwogerako wa
Tupac yayogera yayita jambo Idi Amin muri nyumba lumu. Hey, you didn't know?
No.
There are a few things they know about Uganda today. One, Idi Amin. Yedi nyalijja kubawo. Two, Eddie Kenzo. Leo edidi. Three, and can see me. Nange nga nyingira mwao.
Salvador.
Kati ne baddako ba Museveni bani.
Kamili jadi.
Kamili naye mwali. Naye kati yana kunteka mu bizibu.
Nenda ko Museveni. Ogena kuzita the man from Mbokoro. Why of all titles were you?
No, I needed something that will resonate with what I do.
Yes.
Because my act is about me. Sagala kuja njogere ku Serena, njogere ku Sheraton, njogere ku Zeni muntu w'abantu, nze muntu wa wansi no. I love Serena, but kujja okutula mu Serena mba nerimbye. It's not me.
That's not you.
Njagala Lamaro oba Amor restaurant wali downtown Centenary Park. Lamaro restaurant yange nfuna akalo kange. Pested meats. Odi.
Na kigurimize awo.
Nchiwuta. Kozesa n'engalo. Spoon ne fork for what?
Mpulira. So
I don't like living a life which is outside my means. Okay, I can afford most of the things, but that's not me. That's living a pretentious life. Ntula ku border and I'm very comfortable. Whether you judge me or not, that border is taking me to get 15 million shillings.
Money.
For you, your tweet is going to get you what?
Right.
Yakutula ku border yange ngene nfune sente zange.
So twakakwera mu dinayo,
kwera mu dinayo. I don't want the life of celebrity over fame to take over who I truly am. Mine bintu byansi
byakuleka wano. Nekuva musomero back then in the school walinga celebrity like wali celebrated.
No, but I was famous for being funny. I was funny. Just ngabamanyi. School was very interesting. Primary nachisomera wano Kiswa. Bamujuka bani.
Waine mujuka.
Naye nga ali ahead.
Nsade emyaka mitu frigitegedde.
Ngali ahead ko. So twali at Kiswa Primary School paka P1 family, we were the founders of Universal Primary Education.
UPE.
Yaja mu 97 nga ndi mu P7. Fabatandika P1 nali mu P1. 91 nali mu P1. 92 nali mu P2. 97 nali mu P7. Awo UPE we yajira. Nengenda ekoboko. okusoma kubanga olulimi twali tetulumanyi muzeeyi n'agamba mmanyi buli mwana secondary koboko muyiga olulimi naye we natuuka e koboko abakakwa abantu bange nga baneewulirako nga balowooza neekoza bw'olulimi silumanyi neekoza so they segregated me so nenkiringa nnyo n'abalugwala kati olugwala tusobola kumbakbaitinga n'olukakwa
lwolumanyi bulungi
ndutegeera naye sobola olwogera comfortably ng'olulugwala nenkolayo O-level nenvaayo nenkomawo Bishop Cipriano wano e Luzira okola HSC nenkola PEM fine arts
some brain
and just the brain is there
otyo
PEM fine art tumala S6 nga nfuna Kyambogo education government okusomesa physics ne math
teacher
nengamba me I see myself as a teacher is impossible
nkwate choko
nenda banga that's not my life
bansedi bana
nga njagala okufuuka engineer mu bulamu bwange so I applied for nali njagala nnyo ebyamasanyalaze so I applied for electrical tebampa fortunately that year 2004 waliwo course empya bagiyita telecom engineering I applied. I was one of the first guys to be considered. Naye fena twali ku private. Fena twali ku private because it was a new course. So nensoma 2004 paka 2007, graduated 2008. Naye mu 2007, I was fortunate okukola internship mu MTN. Nga ndi mu third year, MTN egamba ono tewali gyagenda.
Musigazi.
So the whole of fourth year, najikola nagisoma nkola
nalaka sente ofuna
kati awo nenkyuka ng'ebikazi byali tebimanyi first second third year
fourth year
netabuka
gategerwako
aitabukete
oli muzibu
nga ne muzibu nga nina kasente
nfulira
nga neyo nga kulo twalina engoye zaffe nga bazitunda owino empale nga
zifubu
nze nsooka ku ndiboota wali
zindako
nga bagulawo endiboota bati nga nfunayo empale byange nga mukaaga n'ebisati byange bishatyewo nali very smart size yali mu MTN Allah nga bantu opinga ne pick up
MTN
andi nga nsoka negairaga inyamba ndio iya kaya wabagenda mu town nga nsoko nenga tukanga ngamba what time are you coming for me ngamba I'll come for you at 6 ngamba no problem
nengo munyigirayo
mama you know mutebera so it was a very beautiful interesting experience.
Salary yali sente meka
500,000
wakola mu kigo school
temporary staff I was a temporary staff
ngokola
nali staff but temporary kubanga nali nkyasoma era so I was in charge of budget service desk service desk abantu buli kizibu
watuukirawo
ekizibu kyonna kiri mu Uganda nga ntula nali nga customer care wa engineer nga not only do I solve nga I assign bwe kinema nga nkiwa engineer weddala so your service desk yange yali akabi so nembiyiga I learned how to do all those things so I started repairing things myself kati nga nva ku service ku switch nali ntulawe mbuya nga ngenda ku service centers emu yali wano
wansi wano Crystal Towers
ekyaliwo endala yali wali awalinga Shoprite downtown then Lugogo I moved through those service centers of repairing amasimu ganagachi aga payphone ganaga agokubo nze nalinga kola nali wakabinga bwingrawo nga bagamba engineers ngantulawo nga repair biki efudde nga ngamba you need to buy this part I make my recommendation nga nkola report
neba engineers tebabeeranga smart
twali that's how I learned how to be shabby kubanga oyambala smart gaya akusinga salary emirundi 6 ajja ayambadde bijini biddugala ugamba kati nfa kinensi so munange
life nga tenayo ka girlfriend
teri
iko sente twali ofunya
kankubulire my wife today is my first girlfriend for more than 3 months yes in my whole life
omwana yatwala embuzi
practice I lost my virginity to a prostitute.
How?
I'll never forget.
How?
Twali nimwe MTN so ne tugenda embarara okola ki okusoma bali balese new systems nga bazi deploying embarara so tubeerayo like 4-5 days bulina mukasente I didn't know yali prostitute paka bwe yansaba sente nze nali manyi omukazi anjagadde
bambi ne tuli mwana muto
ne bambi ekibiina mwerabira nga bwafaanana n'erinnya naye
Omwagaza.
if I can meet her today yamuwayo obukadde nga 5
Lwaki?
yansomesa ebintu.
How was it?
To papa, calm down. Are you okay? So now do this. Nga nsomesa ekisoji kikulu nga tewali kyemmanyi.
Tebyaluma.
Anyumira unyumira.
Tebibeera nga byabakazi.
Oh no, the feeling is nali nozabandoze
onzise
nali manyi bandoze nga manyi gapulira napulira bulungi ndi weak omwana ngamba ya that's your first
feeling so gitegereyo so gipaiti.
I cannot describe it. Terry feeling munsi esobola ku describing that feeling. Even now I cannot say it looks like this.
Exactly ba.
It is yours. Yiyo weka gwagitegeera
ate nga tosa jinnyonnyola
tosa jinnyonnyola omuntu oyinza ngamba kiringa ngagamba ekiki onyiga n'okunyiga
kyangwa okuzaala omwana tosa kunnyonnyola nti omwana aluma
bwati how can you say
you cannot
naye ne bw'otoola ne ku gundi magi peni yemu
ogiwulira okay
are we together?
Yeah. We're on the same page.
Your life.
Kati awo MTN omalayo ebbanga ki?
MTN nkolayo from 2007 when I finished school 2008 ne banfula permanent staff. Kati awo kasente ne keeyongera. Emmotoka ne bampa, essimu ne bampa, laptop, allowances.
Vimba.
Nenvimba.
Mukadde ye ng'omutegeezaako.
Obuzibu. Peer pressure.
Ate yaki?
Corporate pressure. Of living the life of corporates.
Yes.
Nga muzeyi simulooza nga nako. Nga I want to live the life. Ogenda no visiting guy nga ina flat TV. Nga goina kino ekikuunda n'ogamba no. Ofuna loan.
Olwali ojija mu banka.
Otuuka mu nyumba ya guy nga sofa zezi nga gokyalina bino ebyensambya biri. N'ogamba no ayavu.
Ebyokugyamu obutto.
N'ofuna loan. Emmotoka ey'okumulimu bagiwadde another person olutambula nofuna loan funa emmotoka. So my life was loan naye nga nsasula ozisasula. So I didn't have disposable income. Salina sente mu bank zonna nga zirimu kasa sente za zihitinga sa account wait
nga bajjako
renting egenda loaning egenda gunding egenda. At the end of the month I get the money on the 23rd of every month. But by 27th, I'm broke.
That was so dangerous. I
have to wait 23rd the next week, the next month. So it was a life of. So nkolayo up to 2011. Name 2009. Stand Up Uganda nechi. Neja. Wanokula Bonita. They are looking for the funniest man. So I enrolled. 2009. End of 2009 now. Nga tutandika competition tefuka competition sifuka number 2 Pablo yachwa era Western had to win.
Did you have to say that? Okay.
Hey, Pablo was the best. That one yachikuba. So he won, I came second. From that time nengamba I think this is what I'm meant to do. So 2011 August I resigned my job. Kubanga between 2009 and 2011 my life started to
change.
And then my work life started becoming tricky. Nga bwe nkola ekiro balooza mbadde out.
Yes.
Nkola comedy. It started conflicting. Nga you can't explain to somebody mbadde nkola ekiro because I used to work at night. Nga when we were doing those cutovers, tuzita cutovers, when you have to shut down the system, abantu nga beebase. So mukola kiro. So nga ye boss walooza ki obadde mu comedy, obadde mabaala, obadde so then realizing nga kino
kiganye.
Kijja kunidinga to be fired. I would rather resign than be fired. So August 2011, I resigned my job. Nentandika comedy full time.
Are you serious?
Single-handed. Full time. Twalina group. Nze Muhanji, Daniel Omara. Twatandika actually nze Muhanji, Daniel Omara ne Pablo. Aku Centenary Park. So abagaya abalala abali mu competition ne bagenda nga bajja Sebakije, waliwo mulala bamuta Kenneth nga tumuyita Mulalu, waliwo gaye bamuta Masirasi, Dr. Kizito. Twali bangi nga tulina group night yafaawo ku Ifendies. Ngekola bulungi.
Nga kibiya kitya.
Naye nga sewali sente. All we wanted was to perform.
Really?
The passion. Bana, we didn't even care about money, by the way. nga kyetwagala kuyimirira ku stage kulaba abantu nga baseka. Ekintu kya ssente kyajja luvannyuma and it was brought about by the proprietor. Yagamba Salvador,
we need money,
we need to start charging people coming in. Ngamba you sure they will pay? But yes, netutandika n'5,000.
Kati birabe nongo bikola otya? Rent and everything.
I was still working in MTN. Remember,
resigning.
This is now 2009, 2010. Ekintu kigenda kikwatayo. I resigned nga kikutteyo. Ngamanyi kati every week I am getting at least 300,000-400,000 from comedy every week. That is 1.6 a month. I can pay rent, I can do this, I can do this. So sente zagenda zeyongera. My best year was 2013 financially. But my best year comedically was 2011.
Why 2011?
That was the day I broke into the corporate world. Nakola Miss Uganda 2011. Sylvia Namutevi. I will never forget because it changed my life. Brenda
Nanyonjo.
Ngagamba Salvador tukwetaga koloba MC bali Sean Chimuli and Joy Bira. Bali bakola capital.
Yes.
Ngabo ba MC ba corporate yes. The comedian ngabande sokola ki inviting artists
ku stage mpulira
n'abantu ba inviting the corporate
right.
Then artists wabajja nga bansulayo ladies and gentlemen next is all uruzungu ne borogera
rufu
so nzija ku stage tuli ku Kivulu nga amasanze gavaako sound kweri no lights and what is that for a beauty pageant. Elvis Sechanzi was the one in charge. Elvis nagamba banange I need 40 minutes.
Nteleze
bintu. Nga kulanga Brenda yali ankubye lecture Salvador. Towe mula. Toyogera sex. Tokola kibano ba corporate.
Yes. Mumanyi na nyonjo.
Joko zange za Jesus. Zona nezigwayo. Nebanga Salvador there is 40 minutes. What can you do? Nembagamba joko zange za Jesus. Ziwedeyo. Ate bangamba Brenda nangamba gwegenda bugenzi. Oyogere. Antuka ku stage. They had never experienced a stand-up comedian. People laughing for 40 minutes.
In English. It is not easy, trust me.
That is when I broke into the corporate world. Kubanga your event was one of the most attended by CEOs, MDs, EDs, ministers, MPs. It had the most high-profile people. Yali awo golf course hotel. Way ngankube Kivulu kyange kya 40 minutes. Ngaba mbuni omwa akola bwati.
What? How did you feel?
And my last joke, it's like I had planned with the organizers. Kubanga the last joke I did was about red pepper. Because there were sponsors. Call red pepper. Nengamba red pepper ne ari naitwe ari Rugendo. Nengamba Rugendo red pepper. Make some noise for red pepper. Nengamba red pepper has 32 pages of stories, but the only truth is the date.
Okay.
Buli omu nastuka. Rugendo nastuka. Nensula mic. Nentambula ku stage. I was walking out. Amasanze negakola.
Achi. That was good.
Bakuba. Then the next thing they announced was Sylvia Namutevi, who 98% of the people wanted to win.
Yes.
Basically, it was
your night.
Era mawulire gonna gali gakamba Salvador Sylvia Namutevi. Salvador. Before I knew it, the next day, hey, we have a breakfast.
Yes, come here.
Million nga bbiri.
Sabula.
We have this million mu kitundu.
Sabula. From Mitwala Asatu Mweta. Wow. That was 2013. Good.
I thank God for that year.
Omuzungu afayingira muddi.
Omuzungu? Omuzungu kati. Mali alimu obuyaye.
Mpulira.
Omuzungu kankunyumiza story.
Mpulira.
Soka tukyakola show ku Defenders 2010 nga tufuse batabu.
Mpulira.
Buli omwana manyi the crackers. Zeye muhanji omara. Pablo kati yatuvaamu. Anti kati tukola sekira fe. Sajja mulokole atuvaamu. So crackers tutabuse tuba kati tuinayo obwala bujja after the show bagala kubeera na bukampasa kati netufunayo omunga muntu waffe mu group muntu wafa tutegeera ngati the end of the show tugamba tufunire kuki bwana ngagamba no problem na otuba tukola show oba ku stage ng'omulanga agamba
ako
gokola bwoti
yes
agamba ndi stage. So at the end of the event ngagamba gwe Salvador akusimye gwe Dolibonda akusimye gwe Nkerekera akusimye nga basigalawo nga tugenda nabo ku after party ku Rouge nga tukikuba
ya kunywa.
So nga lumu omuwala ajja kasukirawo kirungi kinene nene so ndi ku stage nkuba omuwala ngambuza ono ngamba
yes kala ya daddy
teyali brown yali ordinary.
Okay.
So ngamba oyo mwenze njagala ebikazi binene nebina mukasabusabu
African man.
So at the end of the show nomwala ngagamba I'm sorry I have to go. So nze nchabuza abagundi omwala ngagamba linda ku Salvador akubuze ko ngagamba I have to go ngagenda. So mala kubuza abantu nzija mbuza omwala ali wambo agenze ngamba how agenda atya genda omukolechi
omulete
omukime bwanti now you have to give me transport kubanga iwe wala nganfune emitwalo gyange ebiri gye nali nkoze nganjimuwa omwala ngalinya boda ngagenda ngafe tugenda wa mu Rouge. So nga who escorts the girl okugenda okukima oli omuzungu omuzungu awerekera ani ono pimpu waffe okukima
oli bamulete ku boda
oli bamugamba Salvador akulinza ali mu Rouge mu kansoke n'ebyule nzije ngamulekera omutwalo
alinyajja abasange
n'akomawo n'omuzungu mu Rouge. So ayimiriddeawo n'omuzungu nze ntudde ni mu Rouge
olingiza
aliwa ngenda omulaba so nga ngenda ne mu approaching nga ndaba omuzungu
kati wadde mutegeera
ante na nekyuka
tabula akadadi kasuka sigino
nangamba kati omwala agambye yabula ngamba ologera kwani
oli tero bintu.
Who is this one? Well, no, this is just my friend. She's got a number. Excuse me, hello. What's your name? My name is Daphne. What do you drink? Kato wali wankula kula dalo buchotala. Manga nfuna buchotala 1 week 2 weeks 1 month. Kala
ngazikolera ezo.
Nze ndi omuntu wa kala. Enamba munafu. Era toba kuba married. Twali bade. No problem.
Abakazi abakulu bocha.
So, ngamba what do you drink? Omwala ngamba I drink tequila. Vakubana bali bansaba amarula wine omwala yangamba tequila. Then nanywa butequila ubi ngamba can I get a beer?
Hano manya.
Ngamba this one was sent from my bed.
Olonga kye kikuli mu bwongo.
I saw my wife.
Oh baby.
I became so gentle. Cool. Oche wali ofolinzeko in love. Nga bwogenda mutoyoloza bakulaba nga ebintu byonna ebiko systematically nga ne tosobola kufuna kiduka like you have to be perfect ngoloza oli akulaba banange I fell head over heels ninga nentula mu club bagayi nga bakola bend over ninga nze ndi
wamu wenna olwango bagolodde
omwana nga sigwali ko ali kubibyeje yaze kukuba kivuluti naye nze nga in love. That is 2010.
Nekota soma nti watandise dda
2010 yawo tugenda out omulanga muleta mutwala ku dina mukola biki nze kati nze mmanyidde bali abachotala bali nga mutwala mu high age mutwala wa omwana nangamba nze bimere bino
sibyagala
njagala local food natula wasema
mukama onkoledde
Salvador chichi. What is the problem? Ono mulogo you share it in your mind. So the first restaurant we went to yali local ni mulaba ngali no munengalo nengamba this one. Hey, this is the one.
Ngo bwana bwobula maaso ge.
Mbandi awo ngambulako swi for 1.5 years.
Ngache kibadde.
Remember there by then WhatsApp mye?
Yes.
Ngokozesa Facebook Messenger. Erinya sali na manyako Daphne. Simanyiri yakubiri. Nenonya Daphne ku social media.
Oh God.
Nembivako.
Pimpu omubuuze.
Pimpu kati naye pimpu ate atobuzibu. Pimpu. Nakugamba yali muntu wa group. Ngachankalanya ki? Group wango. No lina.
I know.
So pimpu ne bamugoba. Mukavuyoke ne bamugoba. So I have no way of contacting this girl bichi 1.5 years later omuntu ngampereza message ku Facebook. Hi. Nandaba Daphne Frank stock nganklikinga nga yeye banange nengamba come rain come sunshine this time netu chattinga nakomawo netu dating awo now this is 2011 ne tudatinga naye nga biri awo on and off on and off on and off
ngali serious
yali awo. The time I realized she realized I was serious, namugamba madam, I am ready to start a family. Ngaluza nsaga era twali tukosa protection nengamba I don't want anymore. Kati I am serious.
We bitandikira wano okubaawo kyajja after how long?
So manya 2010 2011 yao end
nga tonalabako.
Sinalaba yali she spent 1.5 years in Abu Dhabi working.
No touching, no nothing.
Then when she came, of course we could not touch nga twetegera bulungi ndi mu public life naye avuddeyo. So I tell there were stories everywhere. Mukazi, she's here, she's there, so you have to also be careful. So netugenda netwekebeza okokola ki kwejjako the time our results came out twagendera waka
sabula
fire upon the fire
nogala mangu oluji
one round one day 1 minute one pregnancy.
This man is from Bokolo.
The first time.
Wow.
Yafunira olubuto.
Wow.
That is how serious I was.
Wow.
Because obwala bwe nali nfuna wano along the way. Ogenda kuba n'omuwala 1 month ogenda kulya olubuto. Ngamba awo. Ate nga she was I'm saving myself. I'm saving. Kuba yali yesavingira omuntu omulala.
Kati kuni wali serious.
So ono gwe namufuna nentegera kiriya. Sayo no nabudde. Era we yangamba pregnant. Namukolera pata oku gatomato. Ayi yali ya tabu. Pata yali ne friends, family and friends ne to announcing. I was head over heels.
And the people were saying, we are younger funny.
People were happy. 2013 March tuzalo mwana afa soka.
Bambi.
2013.
Na ye nakakasa da oba serious. Teri mwana ono omata kufanana.
Bonna.
Oboka ndoza na maso goti.
Nteka ketalanze. I don't do in the darkness because I'm already dark. Nyinzo buteraba. Ekinunyo omukazi wa brown.
I know chengabade kugamba red light.
That's why uloza lwaki njaganya aba brown. Kazo jacket. Esa ngoli offside. Nani alabya. Right. What's wrong? You are in the wrong place.
Please come back.
I cannot see. No, brown no.
Oh my God. Never told bali balowooza kyajanga fani.
No. Yali tamanyi na bya comedy. She didn't even, and she phoned me when I was broke. People think she got me when I was rich. I didn't have any money at all. Like I told you, by 2013, already I was, Nagama, that was my best year.
Yes.
Probably already together. Yes. I started making money in 2013. Proper. Nze kankubulire oyo ye mikisa myere.
I know.
Because it has been, of course we have had our ups and downs, our fights,
it's
our what. Everybody does that. Nayo tula wansi no webuza abantu abalwana. 2013, 2016, 2020 bazaala kiki. Just know fights are what makes even relationships stronger.
I know.
Wotalwana, you don't care about yourselves.
If you're not fake, you want to be genuine.
Genuine. Nemutayomba nako.
You know? Wane mbele balongo mulwana.
Zo mukazi wange kasite simu evuga sawa nya. How? Who is it? Chris. Who is Chris? At this time? Sebaka waso mukazi omulungi tewebaka.
Brikado bela ku guard.
Baba. Sibyangu.
Yegwe abasajja bana bakena mu phone book nanako ku buli omu.
Esimu najita.
Good boy.
That is
good boy.
That is not my.
That is not you.
Because omuntu nizo kuwaleza message hi dear. Oli nagisoma mbo hi dear. Oli nagisoma hi dear. Mwana nagisoma hi dear. Mwana nagisoma hi dear. So the way you read it is not the way it was intended to. So ebintu byesimu nabireka.
So kicheza wamutekiza kumalako kusoma because I'm like what time when alabako ngazeyo okusoma ngomuzizai.
Namugamba for me to get married. I will marry a woman who's more educated than me. Me am an educated man in a degree and engineering. Yes. Sisola kufuna mukazi atali educated. So you need to choose. By then she was an actress, you remember. Ngakola ebina Uganda.
Yes.
Nemugamba those two careers are very time consuming. Acting and studying. Choose one. If you want to act, I will support you. But chances of us getting married are 0. If you want to study, still I will support you.
And I will marry
throughout. And chances of us getting married are 100%. And in fact, once you graduate like this, I'll marry you.
Wow.
Naloza saga. Nagende wa mama we, na mama we amukubalira mugamba gwe. Omusajja as you were there okuzayo musomera and you are thinking about it, are you stupid? She came back and told me, ebya acting kanso kembite nzire okusomero. So natandika ne certificate diploma. Diploma ngeyelerere ngatukola party. Diploma is still under degree. Nenrolinga degree. Degree tuli equal. Nalyo kakola postgraduate.
Yes.
Postgraduate kwe nyini hao. 2019 January 19th.
Atabijukira.
That's the day I proposed. On her graduation.
Noko vivi.
Olo twali ku farmhouse e Kachidi. We were twakolera party. Local family friend. Thank God nenfuna ekivulu. HMTN end of year party. Bagikola mu January. So naloza kumbe eno. I don't want to create suspicion. Kubanga nze I get excited. Means of proposing nga twakamala breakfast. So best friend we yali coordinating eyo. So I arrived at 1 a.m. actually after my event.
Yes.
Ngasibi aliko anywedde people are happy.
Yes.
So ne bagamba omukulu alina okola speech.
Gwe.
So sawa musanvu ne nkola speech yange. Ne ngambe eno keki twalya keki ya birthday. Kati tulide ya graduation. Kati tugenda kulya ey'embaga. Ne bakuba endulu kwadi. Ngenda wansi.
Nakuba vivi.
Nekikwatayo. So here we are.
Family yakwa acceptinga. Challenges okubanga.
Not really. At first they were skeptical, of course, oba comedian. Ate ng'oli muntu wa babala, oli muntu wa ki, they don't. But later they come to embrace you. Yeah.
And the tribe? Did nothing.
No, they did not.
I
respect my wife's parents because eventually they came to know the person. Not who he is, but what I am. Not what I possess or what I stand for, but the person, Patrick Indringi. That's the one they came to understand. And once they did and they found out I am a man who keeps my word, I may take my time. That's why I don't make promises of next week, tomorrow, I will pay you. When?
I'll pay you.
Wango mutu womugamba tomorrow omwa hope.
Yes.
Na yakubira omulala namusubiza. Subira kasente. Yakusotinga. So I tell you I will pay you. And I keep my word. It may take a long time, but I eventually pay you. Yeah.
Oh. Binate like okubanga manager awo. Watandika dio mufulanga ya kumanaging and why?
It became the best decision I've ever made in my life. Because one of the things which can bring problems in a relationship is finances. Ono account ye alina account mu Orient Bank oba mu I&M mu bank agikwese ono alina mu Stanbic ono alina mu GTB sente zange zonna zenkola ozimanyi. Yes.
Werufu.
There's no hiding. I don't have any hidden property. You know everything. You're my manager. When I get a phone call, you negotiate.
Abasajja bachibu.
Tewali gamba mboba sente ekirere kya finance twakijjamu tetusobola kuyo era naswagamba ezakameza musemanye tandikede sente tampa za nviri. No, when I have she knows, when I don't have she knows. Kituluma fembi in the same measure. Kituluma fembi kozi zakolera zenkolera zalyako zenkola zalyako. Yes. She gets a percentage. She gets a percentage of what she negotiates.
Kati akwera manager wabakola buli kimu kyokola. Nga omusajja olina okusajjalata. Temufuna ku fights ezo. Temufuna ku fights. Tezibawaawo ku show. Abakola banakola kakwesulako nnyo.
Zibawo. That is one thing I try to avoid. I will greet the girls, but she knows it's a professional. She will know that I have gone overboard. Oh, I'm keeping it professional. Era ebyo byali bituyombeza nembitegeera era bino I miss you so much. Hello. It was a nice show. Yeah, nice show.
Ngeri ya Messi. Mind the gap.
There is a manager here.
Right. Management naise nayo. I like that. Mu baana bo nawo omuntu gw'olabamu like alina character ng'eyo.
My daughter. Era wano twagenda ku visitation 2 weeks ago ne batutuza mu meeting. I know you are your father's daughter, but don't be like your father every time. Omwana oli nga tebana bakwebaka asoka banyumiza story.
Wow.
Ne baseka ne beebaka. Era teacher yatugamba last. I don't want her to do what she doesn't want. If she turns out like me, well and good. If she turns out to be a dentist, a doctor, well and good. I will support her all the way. Whatever she loves. As long as it brings glory to God.
True that.
I will support her.
Chichi omuntu like partner chayinza okukola nekikumenya omutima mu mukwano.
Nze okunzalawa.
Omusajja ntayagala muzalawa oba lwaki?
That's all. Ebira onvuma onkola ki naye tonzalawa. Don't ever undermine my authority. You break me every time. When I tell you like this is going to be this, don't question me. Yeah? Okay, baby, I'm going to pray for you. Oh, I'll work 4 times harder. Never kugamba I'm going to do it. When? How? What time? I look at you and I'm like, what is going on? If you ever undermine, if I come and I tell the children, no. Now we are why you go and play beach then? I just go to my room and I sit. So many women don't see that thing there called respect for a man's authority. It is what breaks a man. Yes, or post on social media, you have kissed another man. Those things cannot break me. Of course, doing something with another man, that one undermines us. It's just the same thing as undermining authority.
Yeah, true.
Because I'm not doing something right. So instead of telling me,
you're using action.
You're using action. Show me on another man. So undermining a man's authority, undermining a man's sexuality, undermining a man's position. Those are the only things which break men. Not finances. Even I don't know, but me, I don't get offended when I go out and the woman gives me money to pay. That
is okay. I think that is okay. Yeah.
That one, you are paying a bill.
I can even clear the bill.
Hey, yes. Even if my wife says I'm clearing, this time I'm clearing, it doesn't undermine my authority. Naye bwe tugenda nomubuza, baby, do you have money? I didn't. It's okay, I'll pay.
Utambula kodi ne sente anyway, I'll pay.
Utambula kodi ne sente. Anyway, I knew. That's why I carried extra money. Chocho, esteem. A man, the only thing we have is our esteem. As a man. You kill that, you have killed everything. You know, Msaja Tadam, he will never recover. Because that thing always comes to my you've had that thing. Now it's okay. No, never mugamba. Yeah, you see, she has to understand it. Telling me one thing telling is one thing.
Yes.
But understanding the whole vibe, the whole concept of respect is the most important thing. I can tell you, then nachikola in another setting. It's a joke. It's normal. Esteem. It's all we have.
Who's your best comedian in Uganda apart from you?
Amot
Mbaranguzi.
He's not even my best. He's just a legend. Category of best. That's why I feel very offended when bakola award za comedy ne bamuteka.
I know.
Oyo guy yetaga legendary award. Like they create an award for him. Nga atula wali mu panel of judges. That man deserves his flowers. Because we call it the comedy, and the consistency over the years. That man, for me, is my all time. Not even just in Uganda, in the world.
in the world.
All time. Amote mubalambuzi.
By the way, how have you penetrated? What's your magic?
Connections. Connections. And of course hard work. You can have connections, you are not delivering. You have to deliver as well. So every time I meet a new crowd, I make sure I leave a mark and a connection. So that's when they are saying, which comedian can we bring? There's that guy from Uganda. Now I'm hosting events in Rwanda, in Kenya. Hosting, like, they have their own MCs, but they hire me, they fly me over to host. So it's a big thing. Hard work, consistency, connections. That's
what makes you different from other comedians?
First of all, I have common sense. I have common sense. I will not dwell on the feelings. MK wampita nkole chivulu, I go. Bobby wampita nkole chivulu, I go. Me, money is what I identify with. I don't identify with the parties. I don't identify with religion. Mufti wampita ngenda. Papa wampita ngenda. I don't identify with anything. I identify with money. Because it's the same. We all understand it the same way. So that is the one thing I identify with, because it's the same. Everyone understands it in the same way. A definition yemu. Sente, happiness. Period. So I have common sense. So where I am going to save money, I will go. This year I didn't do because I could not save money from Kololo. Sajifuna. So I'm spending 30 million. But if I have somebody who's going to, whether they say he's brutalizing people, he's doing what, you see man? I'm past sale.
Savula.
I'm past venue. Okay? I am different because my biggest competitor is me. I will never sit back and I say, hey, how do I beat him? No. Buli omu alina ebisima bye, buli omu alina formula ye. Eyoli bw'ekwatayo okusinga eyo, you wait for yours. One day your formula will come right. Hey, these things, when I grow up, I want to become like, when I grow up, I want to be better than me yesterday or me today. That is all. Hey. In a show on the 3rd of November, Friday. Theatre La Bonita. Guy bamwita Daliso Chaponda. Avawa. Yeah, Malawi is based in the UK. Okay. Britain's Got Talent. Oh. Finalist ngaba no bageto kids. I know. He was number 3. Wow. Number 3. So he has been doing a world tour. Ngatambula mawanga amasinga. So Uganda is also one of them. So nzamu hosting. Era tugenda chukubira ku theatre. Abantu bali bagamba right theatre, right sikololo. He's used to theatre setting. Because I got that consistency. Kubanga bwakola DVD ngagamba I was in a world tour, balagenga yali mu theaters. Kubanga eri bajagamba yali ku end of year party. Yes. Over cocktail party, yeah. But theatre is different. But theatre style, you'll know it was a show. So yeah, Gwendeta, and we are progressing well.
How did you connect?
Same shows I did.
Oh, with
yeah. So we meet different comedians. Nemo exchanging a number. I didn't know Bechful Nagamba, ono bwenkoleshe Malawi, yes, yeah. That's how it has been.
Toli mu politics. At all. Abana ba new bali bamanyi oli side yabwe, ayingira mu call no registering what happens?
Kati, the one thing I want these guys to understand. Bobby Wine, Charlie Wang. Since 1998.
Wow.
I knew Bobby Wine when I was in S1, S2.
Wow.
Nga tebana namuita Bobby Wine. Yaita just Bobby. Yatugamba Bobby means police. Nga achakola ne bali babiri. Master Parrot. Bali na jam sessions awe Silver Springs. Silver Springs yakajichuse mirundi ovemeka. Back in the day. Nga bali na jam sessions awe neba Viboyo. Strucker.
Strucker baby, yes.
Pamela.
Yes. Mwezi.
Kid Fox. waliwo abayimbi nga banjawo nga bakola jam session zaabwe for free nga mujja. So puli yaffe nze nakulira Kiswawo, puli yokka yaliwo yali Silver Springs nga tugendayo kuwuga biki. So I met Bobby Wine there, but him knowing me on a personal level was when they were in Firebase. Bebe Cool was a very good friend to my sister. Yali campus awo nga nsanga Bebe Cool achirinze biki nga ngendayo nga nsanga ne Bobby Wine. So that's when I came to know him as a person. So we became friends from way back. The politics byakajja. That's why it's very painful that Munange naye he decided to see me in the political aspect and forgot all those years of friendship we had. Even unfollowed me on Twitter. Chanuma. Mambe. Chanuma.
Call him and talk to him.
Yes, Sobola.
Why?
No. And I say what?
Bade.
Here's the thing. Ruth, if you ever hear a story about me and you believe it, you have chosen a side.
Yes.
Why should I call you to explain? The audacity is on you to call me and say Salvador. Bagay bangambye wakoze ABCD. That is why I will respect Bebe Cool with all my life until I die.
Why?
Bebe Cool bamugamba naseka nakuba engalo nga bamukuba obucupa. Era yasoka nanyigiramu awo. Naye nanoonya. On my show. Naja natula. Abantu ne bagamba patange Bebe Cool agenda kuba Salvador. Ne tutula mu interview atudda on tudde wano. Tuina moderator naga Salvador lwaki wasekera Bebe Cool na bamukuba obucupa.
Kogwe.
I explained my side of the story. Nengamba first of all who released the Katambi? Ashibag Kato. Ashibag Kato was pro Bobby Wine.
Yes.
Nengamba, how does your enemy release a video about your friend and you believe your enemy? Achibala nagamba, you know what? So netwogera man to man. Hey, but here banda banebifananyi bya Museveni, nobody even ever called me to ask me how I ended up there. I'm following the Twitter, and I even send messages. Hey, we know Kusigala in your lane.
I know.
So one thing I know is he's still my friend. When he decides to talk to me, he will talk to me. Politics, I don't even support NRM whatsoever. I despise it with all my heart.
But
is my guy.
NRM na yeye Museveni.
NRM ngapate yo ina abantu abali abachamu
Neye
omuntu Museveni kubanga wotula n'omuntu n'omuwuliriza. I think if I sit with all NRM cadres ne bambulira one on one ndizo bategeera because natula ne Museveni ne mutegeera just the same way I sat with Bobby Wine n'omuntu. I don't like NUP with all my life. Ne Bobby ng'omuntu mwagala because NUP ebintu byekola obiraba bavuma abakola ki ne Bobby ng'omuntu tavumangako omuntu. So I've sat with him. I've not sat with NUP as a party. I've not sat with NRM as a party. That's why I despise the politics. I don't want... Hey, of course. One thing I want to call him. Here's the thing. We are all equal in God's eyes.
Okay.
We are all equal in God's eyes. He has a family, I have a family. He takes care of them, I take care of them. He is elevated by human being.
Yes.
Okay?
Sivya chuka.
Hey, even in my world, Sintono is big. But I'm not comparing ourselves.
True.
Bobby is highly favored by God.
Yes.
That one I will tell you. Because his journey, his life has been a typical definition of grass to grace.
Grace, yes, true.
And all I pray for him is more success, more life, and more blessings. May he achieve whatever his heart desires.
Sure.
The same thing I can wish for you.
Yeah.
Sagara enemy. When you win, we stop fighting. That is why I try to make sure all my colleagues, my team, they are rich. And I'll make sure they are rich. Because when you are all rich, who's going to envy the other?
No one.
That's why you see Kwagalana group.
Abali wamu. Naye omukazi omulungi omumaintaininga otya tosula ku ntoki.
Mane.
Bwe ziri ggwawo.
Nga bamutwala.
Mubeere mulungi. Bye.